and simply refuse to listen. And I think that's the problem, that it raises all sorts of questions about the management of the museum, and therefore about the museum's competence as an institution, as opposed to simply having the sort of thing that any museum can have, which is, the occasional theft, possibly an inside job. And I think that, yes, I think it will affect the arguments, and as you say, it does rather knock out one of the central planks of the defence that the museum's always put forward about its own competence.
One employee accused of looting the museum's treasures has been fired, and a full investigation is underway into revelations that have deeply damaged the reputation of one of the UK's most respected cultural institutions. With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks.
To recap the top stories, Ukraine has launched its largest drone attack on Russia since the start of the war, as Kyiv is hit by missiles overnight. A group of senior military officers in Gabon says they have seized power from the President Ali Bongo. And the UK Foreign Secretary James Cleverly has defended his trip to China amid criticism from members of Parliament. That's the latest feature story news. Julia Chapman reporting.
You're listening to Northern Light Public Radio
on 102.7
KCHW. Tooele!
Good morning. It's a KCHW morning show. We made it to Monday again. Or no, it's not Monday. Oh my goodness, Scott. It feels like a Monday. Did I say that?
Do you pre-plan your openings, Chuck?
I did this one, but then I realized as I was saying it, it is not Monday, but it is raining, Scott.
Which makes it feel like a Monday.
Right?
So no problem.
I keep thinking it's our first day of the week on the air, and so it's Monday, but it's not. It's our Monday.
Skipped yesterday down on the coast of Maine, having a good time. We actually had 2 days of sunny weather, which has been kind of phenomenal for this summer. It's like a nonstop rain. So, So yeah, and I feel horrible. I missed your birthday.
Oh, that's okay. I missed it too, Scott.
No, you didn't. So you had some crazy stuff happen for your birthday, which was on Monday, correct?
We did. Yeah, I spent most of the day at the vet with my dog, who was having congestive heart failure. He was swelling up like a balloon because his heart wasn't pumping his blood properly, and we thought he was a goner. Actually, we were like, oh man, I'm gonna have to come in and have my dog, euthanized on my birthday. And we did an experimental thing at the vet clinic that they said may or may not, probably wouldn't help, and it helped. They drained his all of his fluids, and
wow,
yeah, and he's yesterday he was doing great, and today he's doing good, and. Fingers crossed.
You shared that story before we came on the air, but I was getting ready and I missed the very first sentence that it was your dog. I thought it was a buddy.
Oh no, it was my dog.
Still a buddy though.
He is my buddy. He's my boy.
All right.
And then my wife was making dinner for me, and chopping onions on one of those mandolin slicers, and we ended up in the ER with her because she chopped the tip of her finger off.
Ew.
Yeah.
And then what was your joke?
What was my joke? I don't know I don't remember, Scott.
You said you didn't get your birthday dinner, but you ate it the next night. You took the finger out and ate it the next night.
Yep. We pulled the finger out and finished up cooking. No, we threw the onions away and started over again.
Oh, that's good.
She did make me.
Are these red onions?
No, that would have been nice though, because then we wouldn't have to worry about it.
I felt so bad about missing your birthday, Chuck. I took some helium and made you this. That's as good as it gets.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you.
Or this one.
Happy birthday!
That was my favorite.
All right, then.
All right. I did
Thank you,
get you a card, but I didn't have time to mail it, so I'm just going to read it to you.
Okay.
All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. My birthday wishes to you, Chuck. Forget the past. You can't change it. Forget about the future. You can't predict it. Forget about the present because I didn't get you one.
Oh. Every day with you, Scott, is a gift.
All right. Are you sure? Because I've got more birthday stuff here for you.
Go for it. Do it. Do it up.
All right. Be careful, Chuck. Too many birthdays will kill you.
Oh, that is true.
It's kind of dark. I'm sorry. All right.
Ooh,
I mean that.
But true.
All right. I bought you a loaf of bread for your birthday toast.
Oh. Is there avocados
All right. And
with
then,
that?
Go ahead again.
Is there avocados with that?
Yes.
Yeah, perfect.
All right. And then Clint Eastwood with a special birthday wish for you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Go ahead, cake my day.
Outstanding.
Right, then you can't beat this one. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Wanda.
Wanda who?
Wanda wish you a happy birthday.
Oh.
Sure, you had lots of birthday wishes yesterday, Chuck, but who's thinking of you today? That'd be me, that's who.
Oh. He's so sweet.
I got you the same thing. I got Mooch for her, Mooch the cat for her birthday. I think you'll enjoy it. It's in the mail right now. It's mice cream.
Ooh, cool.
I didn't say they were good birthday jokes.
I love a good whipped mouse.
I'm sorry my birthday wishes are belated. I didn't think you'd live this long.
Oh, wow.
Wow. All right. Then I was looking for I couldn't find your, since it's past, I was trying to find your horoscope for Monday to see if it came true. But I did see my horoscope this morning. It says, as Venus moves into your sign, expect to fall head over heels for that new pizza place around the corner. True love always tastes like pepperoni.
Isn't that the truth?
Pepperoni. All right. There you go. But seriously, Chuck, happy birthday.
Thank you. And
if only you had been on the Lions Club calendar.
I know, right? I will be next year.
Okay.
I do have the important distinction, or unusual distinction. It is also my father's birthday. I was born on my dad's 30th birthday. So happy birthday to you too, old man. Love you.
All right. And he's still with you?
Yeah. He's down in the Tri-Cities.
Very nice.
Yep. I did in my daily announcements. I did a little shout out to him for his birthday, and then I sent him the file.
Oh,
yeah. He got a kick out of that. That was fun.
Cool. Is he not techie enough to tune in online and hear it live?
No, he's not. He might be. Maybe he's listening right now. Comment on Facebook, Dad.
Well, and just tell me, do they have an Alexa?
I don't think so. I doubt that.
We should send him one. Just have to go up to it and say, Alexa, play KCHW.
You mean how is that for anyone listening right now with an Alexa in the room?
Yes.
You say, Alexa, play KCHW.
Now they have two things going. Good job, Chuck.
Yay.
All right, moving on to bits. Oh, I should do some weather, and then we'll move on to bits and breaks since we totally skipped that. And you guys, well, you got some stuff going on. All right, first up, 66 today, steady rain this morning, showers this afternoon, which is pretty much the same thing. Mm-hmm. A high of only 66. That's right. Winds to 10 miles per hour, 100% chance of rainfall. Now tonight, partly cloudy skies this evening will become overcast later in the night. You have a slight chance of a shower over the nighttime hours, but you do have that partial clearing going on, and we're going to cover why that's important in just a few minutes, and it has to do with the last blue moon chance, or what they call a super blue moon. We'll talk about that in just a bit. For your Thursday, 67 and 53, cloudy skies stay with you, and a 20% chance of rain. Warm things up for the weekend. Friday, 82 and partly cloudy. Saturday, 84 and mostly sunny. And Sunday right now, 78, partly cloudy with a 10% chance of rain. Down to 72 on next Monday as we look ahead to next week with a partly cloudy start to your Monday and a 15% chance of rain. So finally, some much needed rain in your area might help with those wildfires.
Which, of course, now we're under a flood advisory, too.
Yes, that's very important. And that flood advisory is for Pend Oreille, Stevens counties, and Spokane County. Quarter inch of rain expected today. And after the dry conditions, we could get a lot of runoff because of that.
I think a lot of times that causes mudslide conditions too. I mean, we're not under a mudslide advisory, but I know it does in the past when you have a long time without rain, then you get a bunch of rain suddenly, and then it creates those big mudslides. But
all right, way to scare people, Chuck. Good job.
I didn't mean to. That is not a danger right now, but it could be.
Oh, okay. August is, here we go, this is the blue moon. August is almost over, but it's still a rare event to deliver to sky watchers in the form of a second full moon. The full moon will rise tonight. It's a special one, too. Unification of a supermoon and a blue moon called the super blue moon. Moon won't appear particularly blue at this time. However, the term blue moon has nothing to do with color, instead referring to either two moons occurring in the same calendar month, as in this case, or the third full moon in a season that has 4 full moons. A supermoon, meanwhile, refers to a full moon that occurs when the moon is closer to the Earth in its orbit, resulting in a slightly larger and brighter appearance. So we're going to have a big, bright moon. Last night we had clear skies here, but we're so high up, the moon never got above the tree line, but it lit up everything. It was like so bright. I was surprised that the streetlights were even staying on.
Wow. And that was last night?
This full moon will begin rising over the eastern horizon in the Aquarius constellation just after sunset tonight, which is about 7:10 Eastern time, and so around 10 o'clock your time. You might get a glimpse of it if it stays partly cloudy. So be watching for that tonight. It's pretty cool. And let's see, there is this will not happen again until 2037. There you go.
Wow.
You have been informed. All right. There's your weather forecast. Let's move along to some of our bits and breaks this morning. Chuck, would you like to kick it off? I've been doing all the talking. We've got one called Bad Brides and Grooms. Of course, summer, always a time for weddings. Here's the worst of them.
Right.
Yay!
Yeah. So a group of people were asked to share their examples of diva brides and grooms. The first one, a couple made their bridesmaids and groomsmen sign a contract saying they're legally obligated to give them a gift valued at over $500.
No way.
Yeah. Wow. Just fork it over. No. A bride decided to ask a Facebook group to roast the ring her partner planned on proposing with her after she accidentally stumbled upon it in a nightstand.
Wow. Must have been small.
Wow. That's horrible. This ring sucks. A bride and groom got into an Uber pool with a couple on the way to their wedding and got upset with another random passenger for joining the ride. Maybe don't order an Uber pool then for your ride to the chapel on your wedding.
So Uber pool is when a bunch of people share the fee?
Yeah.
I never heard of that one before.
Yeah, neither have I, but apparently it's a thing.
I thought it was in your backyard where strangers showed up.
So we've all learned something new today, Scott.
Okay, thanks.
Or a bunch of strangers showed up. This bride asked all of her bridesmaids to cut their hair and dye it the same exact color so everyone would look cohesive.
Strangely enough, that sounds like something I would do.
Right? I mean, of all of these, that sounds like the least intrusive ask, you know? Yeah. Bride was upset the bartenders she hired wanted to keep their tips. She felt that the money should go to her honeymoon fund.
Oh, God, here we go again. Dork alert.
Wow. Obviously somebody who's never worked in food service.
Yes.
A wedding coordinator sent an email to guests that had a 10-point list of rules and regulations, including do not wear a hairstyle other than a basic bob or ponytail, do not talk to the bride at all, admission is granted with a gift valued at $75 or more.
That's horrible.
Wow.
Oh, wow. I'm so glad I didn't catch one of those this summer.
Was that like
moving on?
Eric Cartman's wedding?
Yeah. All right. Kids off to college. Well, here's some texts that have come in from college freshmen. I found this online. All right. First one, and these are texts that freshmen sent to their parents. First one, what's my shoe size, Mom?
What size underwear do I wear?
Here's one. My son was with me while I was driving. Somebody suddenly pulled out in front of me, and my son screamed, "Quick, press the honk button."
Wow.
Another one. Helping my nephew fill out a form, and it asked for his height, and he put 5'12".
Wow.
Yeah. What are they called now? Gen X or Gen Z?
I think Gen Zs are going to college now.
Okay.
I'm Gen X.
This one says, my daughter thought the Brita pitcher filled itself from the humidity in the fridge.
It's just always full.
This one posted, my daughter called and asked how to make round pancakes. Your kids are in trouble.
Yeah.
You've got some Gen Zers and this is going on. They're in trouble. All right. People like these and they started posting their owns. One of them was asking how they got the laundry out of the washing machine. Do you just stick your bare hands in there? And the mom replied, heavens no, get the laundry tongs.
I don't have those, Mom. What do I do?
Here's a funny doctor. His son was at the doctor's office, and he called to ask his mom what his maiden name was.
Wow. Wow.
Here's what it says. My daughter's first job application, she put no, she's not entitled to work in the U.S. Her reasoning, she's always heard it's bad to think you're entitled to anything.
Wow.
One mother posted, my son called and asked if he had any dependents.
When you're older, son, they make pull-ups now.
Yeah. Another kid texted home, said, after I did poorly this semester in college, I just think I want to get into investing and use my trust fund. And the mom posted, he doesn't have one.
What?
I thought everybody had a trust fund.
I'm still waiting for mine.
Yeah. One must have been watching the kid. It says, my son flipped the baking pan over, and I asked him what he was doing, and he said, it says to grease and flour the bottom of the pan.
Wow.
My freshman daughter texted me and said, what's the woman's version of a fraternity? Is it maternity?
It should be. That's actually a good one. I like that.
It's another kid getting ready for college. Mom sent him to the store for a dozen eggs. He came back and said, I couldn't find a dozen eggs, Mom, but I did find a package of 12.
Wow.
It's nice to know kids today are just a little more simple, though. They haven't a chance to be kids.
You really want to throw them off. You talk about a baker's dozen.
That's dirty, Chuck.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. My daughter called and asked, where do I get cupcake mix? All I can find is cake mix. There you go.
Wow.
I hope I embarrassed you, and that was maybe one of someone else's kids that are going to school. Moving on. This is a fun one, Chuck. I'm jealous you got it.
I know.
These are the best player names in this year's college football season, and best of all, these are real names. Go ahead.
Yes, I saw a funny video. One of the guys from Key and Peele did a spoof of this too. Okay, so these are true names. DeColdest Crawford from Louisiana Tech. DeColdest, yeah. The next one, General Booty, University of Oklahoma. Kool-Aid McKinstry, University of Alabama.
There's some funny parents doing this stuff.
Major Burns from LSU.
That's cute.
And this is funny because I jokingly for years wanted to name my firstborn child this. Octavius Oxendine.
No.
I don't know about the Oxendine, but Octavius, I like that one. From Rice University, Mobility. Colorado State, Bradas I don't know if I can pronounce
Cavassier.
Cavassier Smoke. Okay. Right. Ohio State, Steel Chambers. That's a strong name. That's like a soap opera name.
Yeah.
Dr. Steel Chambers. Yeah. Storm Duck from Louisville, Louisville. I read that wrong.
I'm still kind of stuck on the Oklahoma one because I could just picture his jersey, and on the back of it, all it says is booty.
Booty. I bet she has a great touchdown dance. He'd better, Got a reputation to uphold. Mm-hmm. The next one must be Nick's brother, Pig Cage, from University of Texas at San Antonio. Pig Cage. University of Alabama at Birmingham has Fish McWilliams.
Oh, who would name their kid Fish?
Fish. Someone who likes the outdoors, maybe.
Okay.
That's something my dad would do. Happy birthday, Dad. Last one from Duke University is Memorable Factor.
It's not that memorable.
He's got that thing. What is it? It's a memorable factor. Mm-hmm. No, it's not.
All right, here's a test we'll take this morning. We can all do it together. It's what kind of snacker are you? Here's something to chew on. Most Americans either snack like squirrels, vultures, or gophers. 89% of working men and women snack during their shift, and most chew in 3 different styles. Do you bring snacks to the radio station, Chuck?
Pretty often, yeah.
All right. So we want to know what kind of snacker you end up being. So first, 36% of us are squirrels who stash away snacks to last us throughout the day. 25% of us are gophers who run to the snack machine for ourselves and others. 11% of us are vultures who grab leftover snacks that are lying around the office without asking.
Oh.
All right, Chuck, what kind of snacker are you?
Well, I'm not a vulture considering I'm the only one that brings snacks here.
Okay.
I combination of gopher and a squirrel. If I'm by myself, I'll kind of keep them stashed over there off to the side. Sometimes I have some on the desk next to me.
Okay.
But yeah, no. And then someday, if there's somebody here, I'll offer. I'll bring you a snack.
Well, very nice.
If I have something to offer.
All right. Here we go. It's Chuck Ritchie again with 4 things you didn't know yesterday. All right.
So much like our brains and brain cells, the universe is mostly empty space with galaxies and stars making up less than 5% of its total mass.
Mm-hmm. It's like water on the Earth.
Right? That's why you see, and I've heard this before, you see in all the space shows where they're trying to avoid these asteroid belts. Those asteroids are thousands of miles apart from each other. You're very unlikely, if you're passing through an asteroid field, to ever actually see an asteroid.
Okay.
A shrimp's heart is located in its head.
Oh,
interesting. The species with the largest population on Earth, Scott? You know what that is?
Ants.
It is the Lego minifigure. The Lego minifigure. Largest population on Earth.
Okay.
In 2008, Yoda had trouble signing up for Facebook. Japanese author Hiroko Yoda kept getting error messages when she tried to sign up.
You can't choose the name Yoda.
Yoda, you can't?
All right. This one for single men. It's according to a poll taken by menshealth.com. This is what women want to see in your apartment. All right. Another question could be on Facebook. You could post this. Women, what do you want to see or not see in your guy's apartment? I'm afraid what Marion might post.
Right?
All right. Let's see. We'll start at the bottom. A nice view, 5%. Mm-hmm. Family photos, 6%. No roommate, 6%. Evidence that he cooks, only at 8%. So it must not be, just very important, which is good to know, I guess.
I would have thought that would have been higher.
Lots of books, 9%. I had somebody comment one time on a date that I didn't have any books in my house. And I said, yeah, it's all on my phone.
Books on tape, baby.
Yeah. Nice furniture at only 14%. All right. So then the big one, 49% of women extremely worried about this. If you're single, a clean bathroom.
Good thing I'm married. That's all I can say.
And I was trying to think what would be the most important thing to see in a single woman's house. Like if you're on a date and you go to their home, or if you're dating them. What do you think, Chuck?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I really probably wouldn't even care. Probably make her sheets and her couch and everything are clean, Not the And I say this as a dog owner with a house covered in dog hair. No dog hair. But I'm kind of a hypocrite there.
All right.
No cat hair. How about that? Because of the allergies.
All right. This next one, Chuck, is extremely long. Let's go back and forth on these.
Okay.
Unusual city and town names. Well, I'll start off with Toadsuck, Arkansas. Sounds like a perfect name for a place. Small town located in Pulaski County, named after a bend in the Arkansas River that resembles a toad's mouth. At least they got a good reason for it.
Yeah, and this next one I've actually been to, Hot Coffee, Mississippi. It's a small town located in Marshall County. The name is said to have originated from a local resident who would often say hot coffee when he was thirsty. That's what I say.
Another place Chuck has visited, it's called Spread Eagle, Wisconsin.
Wow.
A small town located, I can't even talk now, in Oconto County. Name is said to have originated from a large pine tree that was split in half, resembling a spread eagle. Not anybody that face planted, unfortunately.
Oh, I thought maybe it was an overzealous sheriff's department.
What? Wait a minute. There you go.
This next one, I love it. Frankenstein, Missouri. It's a small town located in Jefferson County. The name is said to have originated from a local resident who was a fan of the novel Frankenstein. I mean, who isn't really?
I wonder if you visited this place, Chuck. Chicken, Alaska.
I have. Many times, actually.
All right. Small town located in, I can't even say that, Yukon what?
Yukon, oh, God, I can't even say it now. Koyukuk.
All right. The name is said to have originated from a local gold mine that was called the Chicken Creek Mine.
A lot of great merchandise. There's one gentleman, you get on the train and you get off the train at his house, and he has his house and it's full of merchandise. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And that's what there is to do in Chicken. Yep.
You actually get off the train at somebody's house?
Yeah. There's like one guy. He's the mayor. He lives there.
Okay.
I think there's more. I think there's a few more people that live there now, but yeah. The next one is Knock'em-Stiff, Ohio. That's in Lawrence County. The name is said to have originated from a local legend about a man who was knocked unconscious by a falling tree.
Wow. Doesn't get any simpler than that.
Right?
Right. I don't want to eat this, but maybe it's good. Rabbit Hash, Kentucky, an unincorporated community and census-designated place in Boone County, Kentucky. Name is said to have originated from a local tavern that was frequented by rabbits.
Oh, that's so cute.
Once you leave Washington State, let's say you're going to travel across the country, until you get all the way over to the East Coast, our entire country is literally infested with rabbits. Tons of them everywhere.
Mm-hmm. And then, Happy Jack, Arizona. That's a small town in Yavapai County. The name said to have originated from a local prospector who was always happy.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's nice, yeah.
Unlike this one, Bald Knob, Arkansas, small town in White County. Name is said to have originated from a local landmark that is a bald knob of rock. Yes, it's original.
Yes. Next one is Muleshoe, Tennessee. This is a small town in Giles County. That name is said to have originated from a local landmark that is a muleshoe-shaped bend in the Duck River.
Okay. Well, I get the one from Washington. This is one of the creepiest places I've ever visited in Washington. It's Concrete, Washington. Small town located. Do you think they got Whatcom County wrong here? It says Waukegan County.
I'm guessing so.
Not quite sure why. All right. Name is said to have originated from the fact that the town was built on a bed of concrete. Now, I haven't been over that highway. That's Highway 20 going across the top of the state over to the coast. Mm-hmm. Haven't been on it for weird, but a friend pointed out to me as we were coming up to Concrete one day. He said, so as we drive, he goes, I'm going to turn off, we're going to drive through town. And he says, take a notice, and it was summertime. He said, of all the children's toys in the yards, but you'll never see a child. And he was true. It was true. And before we got there, though, he said, and there's always a guy out on the side of the highway with a hard hat and a weed eating this really thin patch of grass that runs in front of the town and the turnoff. And he was right. And then I've passed over it a few more times over the years, and there, except the winter, because it's close. I think, well, it's open to concrete, but you can't get across from our side. Mm-hmm. But every time I drive by concrete, there is a man in a hard hat with a weed eater. Just saying.
And all the children's toys, but no children.
Yes.
You know, I've seen this movie. Run.
Do not stop.
Run. Just drive straight on through.
Yeah.
Next one, Babyhead, Texas. That's a small town in St. Augustine County. That name originates from a local landmark that's a small hill that resembles a baby's head.
Okay. I got another one. Can I elaborate?
Yeah.
All right. So my kids told me this thing, and it's true. They said, look at people in shorts and look at their knees, or go online and Google. This could make you look like a creep. Maybe you don't want it on your history. Google pictures of people's knees. And if you look at people's knees, everybody's knees look like a baby head.
Ooh, I know what I'm doing after the show.
Check it out. Baby head knees. It's a thing.
Incognito mode, here we go.
It's a passion of mine.
Oh God, here we go again. Dork alert.
I think I've seen Baby's Head, Texas. I think they film a popular children's show there. There's these creatures that are multiple colors that have TV screens.
No. Oh, Teletubbies.
Yeah. Isn't that where they film Teletubbies and Baby Head? That seems right.
Yeah.
Seems right.
All right, don't stop here. Boring, Oregon. It's a small town located in Clackamas County. Name is said to have originated from the fact that the town is located in a relatively boring area, much like Montana. Sorry.
just Montana.
Well, at least the east side of Montana.
Yeah. But we have friends there, Scott.
Okay. Oh, sorry. We do.
Yeah. Last but not least, of course, is Intercourse, Pennsylvania. Ooh, that's a small town in Lancaster County. The name is said to have originated from the fact the town is located at the intersection of two roads. So get your mind out of the gutter, Scott.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
These people are nuts!
All right, there you go. Bits and breaks for this morning. Thank you, Chuck Ritchie. Should I do it for me, too? And Scott! Yay!
I'll give you real claps.
Some news headlines this morning. Chuck, give us a time check.
It is 7:56 a.m.
All right. Got to be somewhere at 8. You're almost late.
Oh, yeah. Hurry up.
Yeah.
Get out of the
house. All right, before we get to headlines, I don't see much going on the community calendar. We do have it as Wednesday. We have pickleball from 9 to 11:30 up at the golf course. Community blood drive going on today from 2 until 5 p.m. And in-person weekly tech help at the Chweel Library from 3 to 5. Let's see if I can pull up the information where that blood drive is.
I have.
Also, we have. Go ahead.
Oh, I have it right here. It is 2309 Highway 395 South. I have no idea where that is.
Yeah.
You have to Google it.
But just look for the Mobile Transit Unit bus. All right.
It's somewhere along the highway.
All right. Moving along then on the community calendar, we've got the Friday Farmers Market from 11:30 to 3. 11 to 3:30. I got that backwards. And then tickets still available, I imagine, for the Taste of Chweel coming up on the 14th from the Chweel Arts Guild. Go to their website for more details at chweelartsguild.org. Also, tickets available where, Chuck?
Valley Drug, Acres Drug, or online at the chweelartsguild.org.
And then I imagine they're also still signing up kids for Stage Time Theater School, which they're going to be doing a play this fall as we head toward winter. They'll be doing Finding Nemo Jr.
Right. Yeah. That's actually going to be, that's kind of fun. I tried to get my kids to sign up, but they were like, nah, people and stuff.
So. And then the farmer's market asked us to throw out a tease that the apple pie eating contest, because Chuck keeps talking about it.
I do.
He's really, really excited. Coming up on September 8th, so right around the corner at 3:30, right there at the end of the farmer's market. Participants hold their hands behind their backs trying to finish their slice of whipped cream covered pie, first in their age group to win a very cool prize. All right. Always fun to watch.
And we'll be there covering the events live.
Very cool, Chuck.
Yeah.
All right. Looking at a few news headlines, Burger King facing a lawsuit over the size of the Whopper.
Uh-oh.
U.S. District Judge Miami rejected the Burger chain's bid to dismiss a class action lawsuit brought by customers who say Burger King's in-store menu board shows a much bigger Whopper than is actually served. Duh, that's every restaurant on the planet.
Right? Have they not, like, lived life? I don't know.
Like they're going to put a picture up of that little tiny thing.
All shriveled up and overcooked patty with a dry bun. Yeah, no, nobody's going to do that.
All right, I don't know if they were paid to do this, but PepsiCo, as in Pepsi-Cola, reveals the truth about Tesla's semi-truck fleet after subjecting them to hellacious and dangerous delivery routes. And they come back and said, these are awesome. There you go.
Ooh.
So look for more of them. I guess they started off with a fleet of 21 electric semis. The coolest thing that I read in the story, so they try to keep them on 100-mile routes, but they do have a couple long haul routes of 250 to 450 miles. These new mega chargers that are along those routes will charge the semi-truck to 95% in 20 to 30 minutes. So not a lot of wait time there for the truck driver. The cool thing I read about them is that they have a braking system that harnesses the energy from the semi-truck braking. And you can imagine semi-trucks going downhill.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of braking going on. And that also recharges their batteries. So,
very cool.
So pretty cool technology there.
And that's plenty of time to stop in and get some of that gas station fried chicken and dry pizza.
Yeah. All right. You want to know the strange thing here?
What's that?
Is Circle K has like the best pizza. It's like to die for.
It is good. Why is gas station pizza always so good?
I don't know. I mean, how do they do that?
There's gas station
sprinkle
pizza,
sugar all over it.
Right? Gas station pizza and gas station fried chicken, always good. What is that?
I don't know.
Especially if you're in the South.
Sorry.
Oh, especially if you're in the South. And I've been to places in the South where they do like fresh made like pork rinds right there that they drop them in the fryer. Oh, so good.
Oh, it does not sound good. Are you sure it's good?
It is good.
All right, we got a new COVID variant. Their word's going to sweep across the country. Mm-hmm. So they did a poll last week and asking what Americans, how much they care or about COVID anymore. And it came back that only 7% of us care about COVID.
Wow.
7%. All right.
Wow.
Let's see. A couple other news headlines I saw is there's a new, we saw this big, it was a couple weeks ago, they had the big robot symposium. Mm-hmm. And I talked about a couple of the robots that were coming out, a human-shaped robot. That one actually has an on-off button. You can turn him off if he gets real creepy.
If he'll let you.
But they had quadruped robot dogs, and the Army wants them now and says they're going to give them next-generation XM7 rifles.
That's not a good idea.
Robot dogs with guns.
What about sharks?
People in the military do not watch movies.
Right?
Oh, man.
I still want my shark with a laser beam.
Yes.
Yep.
That's the best sound effect ever. I wish I would have had it ready. All right. A sad move. We've got this conservative Supreme Court, and lots of conservatives don't believe in global warming. And a court case just fell down. EPA now has to remove federal protections for most of the country's wetlands. Really?
What?
Really? You need to rein in the Supreme Court, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've slashed federally protected waters by more than half. Thank you, Supreme Court. Yeah, wow. We don't need our planet. Don't worry about it. Go home and look at your kids in their face and tell them what you did. Mm-hmm. Look at them.
Right? We'll just go to our other planet that we have reserved.
Yeah. You're not going to be able to breathe or go outside for more than 5 minutes without, a full suit. All right.
And that kills me because there are conservative groups out there like Ducks Unlimited that is their goal is to preserve these and protect these waterways. And we can't even get the Supreme Court to get in line behind that. Like, what in the world is happening?
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah.
All right, more on the AI front. Scientists have designed an AI model to make computing thousands of times faster. They say the tool can detect where computer programs waste time and suggest better and more efficient code to speed them up. They say it's pretty amazing. Yeah, sure. Biden administration released its list of first 10 drugs that Medicare is targeting for price cuts with drug makers, which aren't very happy about this. They threw insulin on the list, and I guess it kind of upset them.
Upset the drug companies?
The thing about it, though, is we pay premium price while other countries pay pennies on the dollar for the same drugs. It's not fair.
Right.
So the list includes blood thinners, Eliquis, and Xarelto. I can't even say it. Xarelto. Diabetic drugs, Jardiance, Januvia, Farxiga. This isn't easy to say. Novolog, which is an insulin, and Fiasp, which is an insulin. Enbrel and Stelara, drugs used to treat autoimmune diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, psoriasis, and Crohn's disease. And Imbruvica, a drug that treats blood cancers, all getting targeted for lower prices.
Well, good. Good. The insulin is ridiculous. It's so expensive to be diabetic.
Yes.
And it's yeah.
And as you know, I have a Mooch the cat came down with diabetes. It's horrible. She goes through a pen at about 30 days of usage. Those pens for a cat, $100.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Spokane, Washington in national news as they found a bat in Spokane County that's tested positive for rabies. This is according to the Spokane Regional Health District. Spokane County resident notified them of a pet-only exposure to the bat. Family was advised to seek a veterinarian care for their cat and remit the bat for rabies testing. It came back positive for the bat, making it the first rabid bat reported in Spokane County, and now maybe a rabid cat.
Wow.
So it's the eighth bat with rabies found so far in Washington State in 2023. Last positive case of rabies in a bat in Spokane County was back in 2020. Cat has received care and is in isolation under the owner's control. It will be closely observed over the next 45 days. That'd be kind of scary to have a rabid cat in your house because they're mean enough the way it is.
I had a close encounter with a bat yesterday. We were in Yokes in Deer Park, and there was a bat inside flying around the deli area. Yeah, inside the store, flying around in the middle of the day, flying around. I wonder if that one had rabies.
Ooh. Bats are the only animal in Washington State known to carry rabies.
Huh. Interesting.
Right. If to help prevent pets' contact with a bat, bring pets into the house at night. Keep all doors and windows closed unless screened. Close pet doors to prevent pets from going outside or bringing a bat inside the house. When pets catch a bat, safely catch the bat if possible without contacting it. Thoroughly wash any bite wound on the pet with soap and water while wearing gloves. Even if you don't see a bite wound, contact the health department for additional instructions. Contact your veterinarian for a rabies booster. All right. When bats are found on your property, contact the health district. For people or pets who have direct contact with a bat, when a bat is found in a room or had access to a room with a sleeping person, when a bat is found in a room with an unattended child, when a bat is found in a room with a person under the influence or someone with sensory or mental impairment, might not realize they got bit. I will have to stop my habit, and this is true. I love to be outside at night, and I have this really bright LED white light. And if I stand and start circling the light in a circular motion with my arm like this, the bats will actually come in and start flying around you in a circle.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
There's a place we like to go fishing where you can stand there in the evening, and the bats will, if there's a lot of bugs out, the bats will circle around you while you're fishing and just kind of hang out.
You're trying to help.
Right. I once caught
trying to help.
I was fly fishing once, and I once caught a bat. It picked my fly up off the water and started to fly away with it while it was in its mouth. So I just cut the line and let her go.
Oh, so sad.
Yeah, I didn't know what else to do.
All right. Let's move on. I think we're coming up on break time, and throw a few trivia questions at Chuck. Just a couple, Chuck.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Oh, poor Chuck Ritchie, all alone.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
All right, looking at Facebook real quick. Let's see. Sam piped in and says, I have laundry tongs.
Nice. Sam, can you post a picture of them? Because I got to see this.
We need to know what laundry tongs look like.
Are they like the kitchen tongs, only bigger?
You know, I'm 5'4". Marion is. What are you married for, 9? I'm Oh, she says she's 5'1". Sure. I think we need laundry tongs because I know when I go to get the clothes out of the washer, I have to get up on my tippy toes and reach all the way in there to get the stuff on the bottom, and it's difficult.
And then Marion goes behind you and shoves you all the way in?
Yes, picks me up by my feet and just drops me in the washer, walks out laughing. At least she puts it on gentle before she leaves.
You need a front.
That means she loves me.
Oh, you need a front loader, Scott, but not a stackable because then you wouldn't be able to reach the dryer.
It is a stackable, and yes, I have a hard time getting things out of the top dryer too. And they need to make stackables for short people.
But
do they make them a little wider and lower?
Do they have the buttons on top or in the middle?
In the middle.
Okay,
so,
good.
Not a problem. I don't have to get out the stool, Chuck. Thanks.
Mine are on top. Luckily, my kids are just now tall enough they can reach the buttons at the top, so that's good.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. First trivia question. The average adult will go through 10 pounds of this food this year. What is it? You can ask me a question too if you want a tip.
My first thought goes to chocolate, but that doesn't seem like enough.
Okay. All right.
It's not chocolate?
It's not chocolate, but there may be a version of this that has some chocolate in it.
Bacon? Chocolate covered bacon?
No, I had no chocolate covered bacon.
Oh, have you had chocolate
I
covered bacon?
do want to try it. No,
delicious.
but I want to try it now.
It's delicious. 10 pounds. Is it butter?
No, it's something that's served in the morning.
Eggs?
No, sir.
Something served in the morning. Is this another one of those where it's a liquid that they measure by weight for the trivia question? Okay.
No.
There was one of those the other day. It was a liquid, and the question was in weight. So, right?
What is it?
Is it a fruit or a vegetable?
No, but it might have some fruit in it.
Ooh, is it yogurt?
No, but it might have some yogurt in it.
Is it cereal?
It is cereal.
Oh, okay.
Look at you.
Oh, look I did so good there. I got it on my first try.
All right, wow. That's not fair, is it, when I have all the answers?
I know.
Who dares enter the sacred and awesome presence of the everlasting know-it-all?
Yeah. Chance of this happening in New York City this year is 25%. What could happen this winter?
That's a big snow. I can't even speak, Scott. A blizzard. A blizzard was the word I was looking for.
Centered around having a
Christmas tree. I have no idea.
White Christmas. 25% chance of New York having a white Christmas.
White Christmas. Okay.
All right. I guess maybe it's a little more rare for them because they're so close to the water. You know,
I thought it was always a white Christmas over there. I thought it was almost like a winter climate during the winter. Yeah.
All right. Let's move along. What do these have in common? I'm going to give you 3 items. Okay. You tell me what they have in common. Dragster race car, a skydiver, and a space capsule.
Parachute.
Time, stink, nuclear, this show.
Waste.
No. Oh, Chuck. No, it's not that bad. Time, stink, nuclear.
Bomb.
And the show. Bombs. Hamburg, Frankfurt, Dusseldorf.
Towns in Germany.
Also Dusseldorf, a name I like to call people. And Liberty, Alexander Graham, and Taco.
Types of bells.
It's horrible to put Liberty and Alexander Graham with the taco.
Right? Of course, the last one is my favorite. So there's that.
That's mine too, actually. All right, more trivia questions. Your son comes home from school and tells you he wants to spend his life studying feldspar. Will he be studying an animal, a vegetable, or a mineral?
Mineral.
Why?
Isn't feldspar a type of moss or something? No.
No, it's the most. You said mineral. It's the most common mineral in the Earth's crust. I've never heard of it before. Okay. Feldspar.
I've heard of it. I didn't remember what it was. I knew it was on the ground.
Do you take it in a vitamin?
I don't know.
All right. I'm something you eat You know my name or else my description because they're one in the same. What am I?
A Frankfurter. I don't know.
I'm something you eat. You know my name or else my description because they're one in the same.
Orange.
Orange. Good job, Chuck.
Look at that. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Let's wrap this up with Answer Wrong and Win with Chuck Ritchie. Here's your chance to surprise us, Chuck. First one. Name something you place under a Christmas tree.
That is where the stork delivers the newborns.
Yeah. What does the typical homeowner use to cut his lawn?
The teeth of said newborn.
That's creepy.
You just grab them by the feet. No, you know, they'll eat anything.
Right.
They're like goats.
Wow. Name something you spray on before going out on a date.
WD-40. Loosen things up a little bit.
That's how they attract men, a little WD-40 behind each ear.
Right? Oh, so familiar.
Or DW-40.
That's right.
Yeah, okay. What is the color of an orange?
The color of an orange is banana.
All right, there you go. He won. He answered all of them correctly wrong.
I didn't have a good one for the last one.
All right, we come back. We've got some news and nuggets for you. We'll have local birthdays if we have any, celebrity birthdays, some history, and we wrap it all up with the odd news. But you got to stay right here. On Northern Lights Public Radio, we are KCHW 102.7.
You're listening to 102.7 KCHW Chewila.
It's 8:15.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from Chewila Flooring.
Chewila Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewila Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chewilaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chewilaflooring@gmail.com.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewila. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
This is KCHW Chewila 102.7 FM.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, August 30th, 2023. I'm Mike Clifford. In Michigan and across much of the country, nearly 25% of the population encounters challenges in voting and accessing the polls.
The Carter Center and Detroit Disability Power audited 261 polling locations in Metro Detroit last election and found just 16% of them were fully accessible. Dessa Cosma, Executive Director for Detroit Disability Power, says many polling locations do not have accessible parking, a ramp, clear signage, accessible doors, or a direct travel path, even just to enter the building. Once inside, there are further challenges.
No wheelchair height voting booth or no functional voter access terminal. which is the accessible voting machine that is required by law to be available and usable at all polling locations in the country.
Cosma says people with disabilities need to be able to engage in democracy. One of the first steps to being able to help them participate is to make sure they can get to the polling place and vote. Farah Siddiqui reporting.
Groups advocating for accessible voting want to spread the awareness about how detrimental the lack of access is to communities. Hurricane Idalia expected to intensify Tuesday before making landfall on Florida's northern Gulf Coast Wednesday morning. That from the Washington Post. They report the worst impacts are expected in the state's Big Bend area, but hazards will extend hundreds of miles from where the eye of the storm comes ashore, with some locations in Florida already starting to experience impacts. Hurricane warnings, tropical storm warnings, storm surge warnings, and flood watches have been issued for many locations in Florida, Georgia, and the coastal South Carolina region. A big factor, the potential for a life-threatening storm surge as high as 15 feet. The city of Jacksonville's water system crisis made national news this time last year. That is, over 150,000 residents were without clean or running water for weeks at a time. Our Danielle Smith has an update in this Yes Magazine, Mississippi News Connection collaboration.
Even before the crisis, these neighborhoods had endured years of periodic boil water notices and water shutoffs due to line breakage, burst pipes, and high levels of lead and bacteria. Mikkel Bolden, a former Jackson resident, now with the Mississippi Democratic Party, says her family was among those inconvenienced, from kids missing school to having to stand in line for water.
They would have things where you could go pick up water and things of that nature. However, I had to work and try to get in line, and you'll sit there for like an hour or so and just be unable to get those resources.
More than 80% of the neighborhoods affected were families of color.
This is Public News Service. Now to Colorado, where just 49% of residents are able to access the dental care they need. Health advocates say increasing the number of licensed dental therapists, especially in low-income areas, communities of color, and rural parts of the state, could help fill the gap.
Kyle Piccola with the group Healthier Colorado says dental health is directly linked to overall physical and mental health. When people go for days or weeks with pain in their mouth, it can lead to a cascade of negative impacts.
The data is clear. Likely that person's going to miss work. Their emotional well-being is going to go down. If you're a young person, you're going to be missing school. And so there are huge repercussions to not taking care of your oral health.
Over 1 million Coloradans lack access to proper dental care, and there are over 100 areas across the state designated as experiencing a dental care health professional shortage, according to analysis by KFF, formerly known as Kaiser Health News. The state would need to add at least 143 practitioners to meet the dental health needs of all Coloradans. I'm Eric Galatis.
Students in 8 rural Nebraska schools will soon be getting hands-on experience in specialty crop production. That's thanks to a 2-year U.S. Department of Agriculture grant awarded to the Center for Rural Affairs.
Kirsten Bailey is Senior Project Associate with the Center and the lead staff on the Nebraska Young Farmer Program, introducing specialty crop production. It's a collaboration with the Nebraska Department of Education's Farm to School program. Bailey says specialty crops are non-commodity crops, including most vegetables, fruits, herbs, Christmas trees, cut flowers, and honey. She says these crops are well suited for school ag programs.
Specialty crops can be done as small as a couple of raised beds. So that's what's nice about it for schools. They might not need tons of acres to implement a new strategy.
Bailey says each school will select a specialty crop and be matched up with an area farmer who will serve as a mentor. I'm Deborah Van Pleet.
Finally, our Mike Bowen lets us know with back-to-school season here, Minnesota is implementing no-cost meals for all students, regardless of their family income.
The state legislature approved universal meals for schools this past session. Leah Gardner with the group Hunger Solutions says parents no longer face the burden of having to fill out paperwork to ensure their child has access to these meals or worry about whether they're eligible. But she notes families still might be asked to voluntarily complete applications because of the broader benefits connected to tracking participants.
That is often tied to a school's funding and a family being able to get other forms of relief from paying fees and various things like that.
it's still important for
This
a
is
variety
Mike
of
Clifford
reasons.
for Public News Service, member and listener supported. Here's on interesting radio stations, your favorite podcast platform. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
KCHW is online at kchw.org. Listen to the live stream, find out about station events, memberships, local weather, and volunteering. You're listening to KCHW 102.7.
Welcome back to the KCHW Morning Show. Today's Wednesday, Scott, not Monday at all. So welcome back.
All right, who am I and where am I?
You're. What's that? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I am most of the time, Scott.
All right, I'll try to help us out. Let's see. We'll start off with local birthdays. We're a little light on celebrity birthdays. Hopefully, we have some local ones, Joe.
Yeah, let's see what we have here on the calendar. Today we have Bonnie Rall with a birthday. It's kind of dark in here. I can't tell if that's Rall or Rail. I apologize.
It's Rail.
Rail. Okay, Bonnie Rail.
Hi, Bonnie.
And Jeff and Mary Kersey with an anniversary today. Yeah.
Nice. All right. You know them, you love them, you see them around town, point and laugh, tell them we were talking about them on the radio, please.
And this was from yesterday, and I just wanted to mention it again. It is Gino and Sharon Ludwig's anniversary yesterday.
Oh,
yeah.
All right. Big round of applause for them. All right. Celebrity birthdays today. Warren Buffett is 93 and loaded with cash. We should talk to him about being one of his inheritors.
Right. We were talking about a trust fund earlier.
Yeah.
Something.
All right. Comedian Louis Black turning 75. What didn't he get? He got shamed, right? He was canceled by the cancel culture. Michael Chiklis from the Fantastic Four and The Shield is 60. I like to call him Michael Chiclet. Cameron Diaz, 51. TV personality Lisa Ling, 50. And singer BB Rexa is 34. There you go. Celebrity birthdays. And on to history with Chuck Ritchie.
In 1963, a hotline between the U.S. and Soviet leaders went into operation. Interesting. In 1967, Thurgood Marshall was confirmed as the first African-American justice of the United States Supreme Court. Oh, in 1984, the Space Shuttle Discovery took off on its maiden voyage. In 1993, the first episode of The Late Show with David Letterman aired on CBS following Letterman's move from NBC. Should have been on The Tonight Show. In 2001, two killers who planned to marry in England's Broadmoor prison called off the wedding after finding out just how evil the other one was. Lifers Sharon Carr and Robbie Lane, who had already bought gold rings, were stunned when they read a newspaper report describing each other's killings. A nurse said they both stormed out of the room and wouldn't even talk to each other. What?
Okay.
Wow. In 2005, the 17th Street Canal in New Orleans was breached during Hurricane Katrina, leading to massive flooding and destruction. In 2007, in Florida, a child's grenade-shaped belt buckle caused a lengthy delay for passengers who were trying to leave the Royal Caribbean cruise ship. Thousands of cruise passengers aboard the Freedom of the Seas vessel waited several hours as Miami-Dade Police bomb squad investigated the scene. Transportation security administrators workers spotted the belt buckle while screening a suitcase that was loaded off the ship. Wow.
Okay.
Oh, and this one, in 2015, at the MTV Music Video Awards, the one and only Kanye West announced he will run for president in 2020. He fell a couple votes short.
You know, when you think it couldn't get worse in 2020, it could have.
Right. Would that have been worse? I don't know. In 2019, the outlook for the Great Barrier Reef was downgraded to very poor.
Sad.
Yeah, still there. In 2021, China restricted online gaming for under 18s to 1 hour on Fridays, weekends, and holidays. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I bet you there's a lot of cheating going on that one.
Oh, I know. My kids wouldn't be able to take that. In 2022, NASA and the European Space Agency published images that show the inner workings of the Messier 74, also known as the Phantom Galaxy. The images were produced using both the James Webb Space Telescope and the Hubble Space Telescope to complement each other to provide a comprehensive view of the galaxy. The Phantom Galaxy, located in the constellation Pisces, is roughly 32 million light years away from Earth and is nearly a direct line to Earth.
Wow.
I remember that. That was
Look for
very
that
cool.
to come up in a new Star Wars movie.
Right?
The Phantom Galaxy. I like it.
You're wrong.
All right, on to special events today. Willing to Lend a Hand Wednesday. All right, go help somebody that needs it. Slinky Day. You can spend some time there.
Yeah.
I wonder where the longest set of public stairs are in Chihuahua. We could have like a slinky competition.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah. Do we have any public stairs anywhere in Chihuahua?
I don't know. It's like going up to the city hall.
There's only like 4 or 5 there, though, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's an elevator.
Well, you could go inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Grief Awareness Day. Beach Day. Not too many of those left. Whale Shark Day. Always fun. And then my personal favorite, Frankenstein Day.
Yes.
All right. Best version of Frankenstein. Do you have a favorite, Chuck?
Well, the original is always good, but of course, it's an offshoot. But oh my goodness, Brian, what is the? I was just talking about it last night. The
Mel Brooks,
the Mel Brooks version. Yeah, Young Frankenstein.
Yes.
Young Frankenstein. Thank you.
Yes, Young Frankenstein.
Young Frankenstein.
And in honor of a Frankenstein Day, we're going to take a break.
From what was once an inarticulate mass of lifeless tissues, may I now present a cultured, sophisticated man about town. Hit it! If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits? Different types who wear a day coat, pants with stripes, or cutaway coat, perfect fits. Dressed up like $1 million trooper, trying mighty hard to look like Gary Cooper. Come, let's mix where Rockefellers walk with sticks or umbrellas in their midst.
Best Frankenstein movie ever. Frankenstein.
It is. That was. I was reading actually last night. What made me think about it was that. So the movie was written by Gene Wilder, and he actually hired Mel Brooks to come and direct it. And that scene became one of their biggest arguments. Gene Wilder wanted that scene cut from the movie, and it almost didn't make it in the movie. And Mel Brooks went to bat for it and said, "No, we're keeping it in the movie." And Mel Brooks won the argument and kept that legendary scene in the movie. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, that's like my favorite part. That would have been horrible if that got cut.
And apparently they had a hard time filming with Cloris Leachman because everybody was so funny. She couldn't stop laughing during the entire filming. So they had a really hard time with Cloris Leachman's laughing and getting that out of the film.
There you go.
Yep.
Thanks, Chuck. How about the number of the day? Could you deliver that to us? This is crazy.
167. That is the number of streaming providers that I currently have subscriptions to in the United States.
167 different streaming services.
Those are the providers of streaming services. 167. Everybody's got one now.
Wow. You know, it was awesome when it first started with like Netflix, because you could cut the cord to the cable and literally take your TV viewing from, $100 a month down to $10.
Yep.
And now that's all gone. There's even the big one like Netflix and even Amazon Prime. The quality and the number of choices you have has dwindled so far. It's all got slivered out, and I think trying to get the best of everything, you're back up to $100 a month easy.
Oh yeah. Well, and they all put out so much stuff that they still have a few good things that each one of these services put out, but they put out so much that so much of it's just not good.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's too
all
many.
All right, let's
options.
move into sorry, Chuck, I cut you off.
Oh no, in some ways there's too many options too, because there's so many things you want to watch, and there's just not enough time to watch everything.
Yeah, I can't be the only one that spends 30 minutes trying to find a 30-minute show to watch.
Right.
All right. News and Nuggets Day. Woman snuck a gun into a Major League Baseball game, and where did she put it? In the folds of her belly fat. That's right. The shooting, which marred last weekend's Chicago White Sox game, was a result of an accidental discharge by one of the victims. 2 females were shot during the 4th inning of the White Sox game against Oakland A's on Friday night, with one grazed in the stomach and the other taking a bullet to the leg. According to ESPN Chicago Post Peggy Kaczynski, the gunshots came from the woman left, with the grazing after she accidentally fired the weapon. The woman snuck it past security and through metal detectors by hiding it in the folds of her belly fat.
Wow, that's I didn't know if that was that dense to fool a metal detector.
Wow. Not going to tell you where I like to hide my gun.
In your closet?
Yes.
15 years ago this week, search giant Google tossed its hat into the web browser ring, unveiling its Chrome web browser. As of July, Google Chrome is the leading internet browser in the world with a global market share of 62.8%. Apple Safari is in second place with 20.7%. Microsoft Edge is third in the market share of 5.3%. Where do you suppose...
Mike... Go ahead.
Where do you suppose Firefox is in that? Like 0.1?
Thing I'm surprised about is Microsoft at 5.3. I mean, you're at the bottom of the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
And they still haven't figured out that by turning it on every time, there's an update, irritates people to where they'll never use it. Because you can take it off your taskbar, you can shut it down, you can do whatever you want. But the next update from Microsoft turns it back on and puts it right on your taskbar. And I think that's why people hate it.
Oh, it's a virus. I swear, you can't get rid of it. They don't let you delete it. You literally can't delete it from your computer.
That is the best description I've ever heard. It's a virus.
It is. It is. Like all those antivirus softwares that you get. Yeah.
I think they make the viruses too. Just saying.
I know, right?
Looking at hundreds of thousands of social media posts, we have learned which states like pumpkin spice latte the most. Number 5, Illinois. Mississippi is the least pumpkin spice latte loving state in the U.S. Yay, Mississippi! Round of applause for you. Finally. You did one thing right. All right. Oregon is at number 4. I think I might have said that. Colorado, number 3. California, number 2. Who's the number 1 pumpkin spice latte loving state?
We're number 1. It's Washington State.
Where's my one? Oh, here it is.
Yeah. At least we're number 1 in something.
I'm going to do the next story, too, because maybe I can give you some insight, but probably not. Every winter, the country looks to Puxawani Phil for a glimpse of hope. Will winter rage on for 6 more weeks, or will spring deliver us from misery early? Come Labor Day weekend, we turn to a lobster here in Maine for the weather. On Monday, Passy Pete of Belfast, Maine. In fact, me and Marion were just there this weekend enjoying their beautiful bay. It is pulled from the bay, brought ashore, and chooses from 2 scrolls, one predicting 6 more weeks of summer, another picking an early winter. According to the Belfast, Maine website, the clairvoyant crustacean has come out of pristine Belfast Harbor for the last 7 years and has correctly predicted the continuing length of the summer season each time. He communicates the prophecy to a select group of local residents who call themselves the Belfast Barons, using scrolls which are safely preserved in a glass case at a local chamber of commerce during the intervening months and are brought out each Labor Day. Passy gets his name from the Passagasaweg River. You want me to say it again? It's true.
I do.
The Passagasaweg. Oh, hold on. Passagasawakeg River.
That's what
Passagasa.
That's what tends to happen after a keg.
Yes. Welcome to Maine.
Wow.
Yes, a clairvoyant crustacean. What was really cool, they do this, nobody knows who's doing it, but they're last year, a giant, I mean, it's taller than like the bridge going over the bay. Giant blow-up rubber ducky. Right?
Oh, I've seen that.
It came into the harbor. And nobody knows who released it, where it came from, who made it. And all it says on the giant rubber duck is joy.
Wow.
And it showed up again this year while me and Marion were down there with a giant rubber duck and like a mama duck and one baby duck. And on each of the ducks, it says greater joy.
Oh, so it's multiplying.
Then a huge windstorm came up. And untethered the ducks and sent them scurrying around the bay uncontrolled. Harbor master went out and tried to rope them in. All the lines broke, so they just let the ducks go.
Oh, be free,
Free. Right. But they're back now. They must have rounded them up and brought them back. There we go.
Good.
Giant ducks.
How do they know that they're going to get Passy every time they pull it out of the bay? Does it live in a cage in there? They just pull it out, or do they just? I think they randomly pick one and name it Passy. I think they're lying to us. I think it's a different lobster every year. Yeah.
Like it's the same lobster. Come on.
It's a scam.
I want to know who does the ducks. There was a television guy there doing a break for the local TV station. And he had a, what do you call them? The tubes that go around little kids? Like a swim tube, right?
Yeah.
But it was a rubber duck. It had the duck that's out in the bay, and it said joy on it and everything. And we waited because we were coming up on him. We didn't want to walk behind the camera, which we should have.
Right.
But we waited, and when he finished, I walked by and I patted him on the shoulder and I said, "Sorry about that. Sorry you had to wear the duck." I don't know if he appreciated it, but I did.
He probably liked it.
Yeah. All right, back to you, Chuck, for Facebook.
Facebook's conducted a major takedown of a Chinese spam operation known as Spamiflage. This operation involved thousands of Facebook and Instagram accounts that aim to promote China's interest while criticizing the West. The campaign targeted users in countries like the United States, Australia, Britain, and Japan. According to Meta, it was the largest covert influence operation to date, although it ultimately proved unsuccessful. Interestingly, the operation was linked to individuals associated with Chinese law enforcement.
Ooh. All right, let's go to an old Scottish pub. St. Mungo's Vintners has been given a new lease on life in California. The pub closed in Glasgow in 1974, but was saved by an antiques dealer. It was then shipped to the United States and stored in a warehouse for over 50 years. Good RX, a medical app firm, decided to transform the pub into a speakeasy for their staff at their headquarters. Transformation took almost 2 years to complete, with some adaptations made for modern use, including making the bar wheelchair accessible. So a piece of Scotland in California at the Good RX Medical Company.
I know where I'm going.
All right.
Did you know, Scott, that you can rent a professional baseball stadium on Airbnb?
That would be cool.
That would be really cool. The Pensacola Blue Wahoos, that's a great name, a minor league baseball team, is offering their stadium for rent on Airbnb. It's $5,000 a night, and you can sleep in the stadium where you have access to bunk beds, queen-size beds, and the entire facility, including the players' clubhouse, the field, and the batting cages. Wow. The guests will receive a full tour of the stadium upon arrival. The clubhouse features a ping-pong table and flat-screen TVs. Additional packages can include food, beverage, and merchandise for an extra fee.
So it starts at $5,000.
It starts
goes
at
up from there.
$5,000, and that's if you don't want to eat. Wow.
All right. In a heartwarming reunion, Virginia-based criminal defense attorney is finally reunited with his biological mother more than 40 years after being told she had died shortly before birth in Chile. His journey to find his family began after learning about Chilean-born adoptees who had successfully reunited with their birth families through the help of a non-profit organization, Nos Bacamos. The organization discovered that Thyden was born prematurely and placed in an incubator, but his mother was falsely informed of his passing and disposal of his body. Investigative reports reveal thousands of babies were taken from Chilean families during the 70s and 80s. With the assistance of the company and genealogy company MyHeritage, Thyden was able to confirm his Chilean heritage through a DNA test and find a cousin who also used the same company. Using that information, he successfully located his birth mom. Thyden recently traveled to Chile with his wife and children, where he was welcomed by 42 colorful balloons representing the years he had been separated from his relatives.
Wow.
Horrible story with a happy ending.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the some of these foreign adoption things are really borderline, or if not fully on and over the border of child trafficking, you know?
Yeah.
Some of them are really bad. Adopting children for profit. West Point historians baffled over an empty time capsule. A 200-year-old box believed to be a time capsule from Robert E. Lee's time as a cadet at West Point was found to be nearly empty. The box, discovered inside a monument on the West Point campus, was opened during a live stream ceremony. Historians and experts were present, eagerly anticipating the contents of the box. However, upon opening it, only dust was found. An inscription was found on the lid's underside, which will further be researched.
How'd the unveiling go today?
Well,
all right.
We found some
what
great
could help
dust.
us get healthier? Produce prescriptions. People at increased risk for cardiovascular disease who participated in a produce prescription program increased their consumption of fruits and vegetables, which was associated with improved body mass index, blood sugar, and blood pressure levels, as well as decrease in food insecurity. A produce prescription program is a healthcare initiative that allows healthcare providers to prescribe fruits and vegetables to patients, often in the form of vouchers or incentives to promote healthy eating and improve dietary health.
I think that's a great idea. Yeah, I love it. Then it's nearly September, Scott. What is it? 2 more days? 1 more day? That means that we should be talking about Black Friday, right? But yeah, no major retailers have announced any of their Black Friday deals yet. The deal website Deal News has made a prediction on Black Friday TV bargains, Scott. According to the Deal News, prices for 55-inch TVs could drop to $200, while name brand 65-inch sets could cost as little as $228.
Wow. I
Yeah.
like that. I need a new TV. I got excited yesterday because we'd been gone for a while. Marion turned on the TV and said it was acting weird and there was funny lines in it and stuff. And I was like, yes. And then it started working.
Oh, no, the cat knocked the TV off the table. Oh.
Oopsie.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to end this with a story that everybody wants to know about and have the question answered. Why is it so hard to swat a fly?
I don't know.
Scientists have discovered why flies are hard to swat, and in doing so, they also discovered a perfect way to swat a fly. Researchers at the California Institute of Technology, with nothing better to do, said a fly's brain plans the best way to avoid a good swatting within 100 milliseconds of spotting you looming toward it with a rolled-up magazine. Within that time, the fly also places its legs in an optimal position to hop out of the way in the opposite direction, leaving you swatting the table. Research also suggests an optimal method for actually swatting a fly. It's best to grow a third arm. It's best not to swat at fly's starting position, but rather to aim a bit forward of that to anticipate where the fly is going to jump when it first sees your swatter.
Oh.
So, aiming a little bit ahead.
I swatted one yesterday with my bare hand, and it blew me away. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah. It fell down. I'm like, oh, did that just happen? And nobody was there to see it, Scott. So nobody's ever going to believe it.
And then he hovered over the fly and said,
"Go ahead and run. Run home and cry to mama.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight."
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet. I
think you're bluffing.
Be afraid.
You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
Oh, wow. Here we go. The Wednesday edition of your odd news. And we kick it off with the news attack. First sentence true. Second sentence, bad joke. And Chuck takes us back to Maine.
Yeah, this is your part of the country. A woman cleaning out the home of her late father in Portland, Maine, found 2 grenades. Yeah. You know what to say, though, Scott. One man's junk is another man's explosive revelation.
Boom, baby.
Yeah. Wow.
Let's see. I haven't heard this one yet. A woman cleaning out of the home of her late father in Portland, Maine, found 2 grenades. Apparently, her dad was trying to take home security systems to a whole new level.
You can mark yourself safe from the grenade attack on Facebook, Scott.
You never know what's going on. I was years ago managing a mobile home park, and a person in one of the mobile homes passed away. Wasn't really a next to kin, next to family, I guess you'd call it. Came to it was an old mobile home, just tear it down. After they finished, he stopped by the office to tell me they tore down the mobile home, and he goes, "You'll never guess what was inside." And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, 400 guns. And he said all the windows in the mobile home were facades. Then that it looked like a window from the outside, but they were all boarded up with little tiny holes to put a gun through or peek out of.
Wow.
Crazy scary. So you never know.
I feel like that's half the towns
around the corner.
I feel like that's half the houses around here, though, probably.
There's that one on the corner that's all dark.
Right?
Yeah.
And then on the other corner and the other corner. And
looks like it's not lived in.
Right.
But there are some old curtains and a light on once in a while.
Right.
Look out. Yeah.
Just a little peephole of a light coming through. Yeah.
Yeah.
This study claimed that 1 out of 50 people finds love on an airplane. The other 49 can't even find their luggage, Scott.
I know, and there's just something romantic about connecting over a minuscule bag of pretzels.
I know, right? You gonna eat that?
Let's see. In case you haven't heard, researchers say the brains of flies are wired to avoid the swatter. Oh, and they go directly to the potato salad.
Right. I poured a cup of coffee yesterday, and I sat it down and turned around to say something to somebody, and then turned back around, and there was a fly in my coffee. Freshly poured. I threw it out. Yeah. A Chicago TV news crew was robbed at gunpoint while reporting on a string of robberies. They lost the camera, the mic, and their dignity.
That's horrible. And that story coming up in Wacky News. The whole story.
Ooh, I want to hear more about that.
Yeah, a new study shows that college isn't for everyone. That's right. It's only for the very best binge drinkers.
Mm-hmm.
So proud of my kids.
You know, I don't think growing up in the 80s and 90s, our college prep courses included movies like Animal House and Revenge of the Nerds, and that was how we prepped for college. So I don't know. Yeah, probably not the best idea. Another study found that if you're feeling down, you can improve your mood by sniffing the armpit of a happy person.
What?
Yeah, no thanks. I'll just stick to my ice cream. What?
That's why people are always walking up to you, Chuck, and going, "You smell like a winner." Or no, it was a winner. Pretty sure it was a winner.
Were those red onions?
All right, on to the world of wacky but true. We don't add anything to these, but maybe a movie sound effects. First one up, woman cleaning out the home of her late father. We were just talking about this in Portland. Found 2 grenades in an anti-personnel mine, a claymore as they call them. Police say some of the devices were unstable and removed by a bomb squad robot. I came up with what I thought it would be like.
You've called down the thunder. Now get ready for the boom! Gaze into the face of fear.
Wow.
You know, they say they're unstable, but I imagine that old man's probably had that like in an old bin or, a chest or something. He's been kicking it around for years, rummaging through looking for stuff.
Other bombs.
Yeah, just throwing it out of the way.
Just kept it out in the garage. It's a little rusty, but it's okay.
There's so much clutter in here.
Oh, look, this dynamite's soggy.
Right. Back to this one. A television news crew in Chicago was robbed at gunpoint while reporting on a string of robberies. The crew, consisting of a reporter, a photographer, and a photographer, were accosted by 3 masked men who took their camera and personal items. The stolen camera contained footage for a story about the robberies that was scheduled to air on the news that day. No injuries were reported, and the suspects fled the scene in their vehicles.
Chicago? You been to Chicago? Was it wonderful? No.
It's a toss-up. Chicago, Detroit. Chicago, Detroit.
Right.
Right. Woman on TikTok was asked by her employer to remove a video she made about the company's Employee Appreciation Day. In the video they wanted her to take down, she shares that instead of receiving a bonus or a day off, employees were gifted with a sweet treat, an opportunity to have their photos taken with the company's CEO.
Wow.
In a Monday update, the woman said she reposted the video because she no longer works there. She wrote, I had the video go viral and then my job found it and told me to delete it, but now I don't work there anymore, so we're back, baby.
Nice.
In the comments, people shared the gifts they were given by bosses. One person received mouse pads with a picture of the CEO's house, while another received a 9-piece jigsaw puzzle of the company's logo.
Wow. And in related news, any volunteer at the radio station here gets their picture taken with me.
I'd like to thank all the little people I stepped on to get where I am today.
If you're really
Good
special,
job.
we'll put you on the morning show.
Picking up a heavy, creepy kind of vibe now.
Right. Sorry.
Waiter in Brazil was arrested after he tried to rob his own restaurant and then was recognized by the manager.
Wow.
Manager pulled the waiter's mask off and chased him until he was caught. So, okay, it was a waiter. All right,
Yeah.
I get it now. Hold on.
You're gonna bet my money on a dog? He's a shoe, and I got it from Max the waiter. His brother-in-law is the electrician, the wise, the rabbit.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. Last one here. A gang of robbers in Mexico had a brilliant plan to paint their getaway car to avoid police. They painted their green car black shortly after their heist, but the crooks forgot to change the vehicle's license plate, and were quickly caught. That's wow.
Hold on.
Did you eat a lot of paint chips when you were a kid? Why?
I worked with a guy at a radio station in Spokane, and he was coming in to do the graveyard shift, and I was outside the station, and he pulled up, and I said, he got out of his car, and he's walking. I said, hey, buddy. I said, why do you got your truck plates on your car? Because, back in Washington, they used to have a different set of numbers for trucks than cars, and he's like, how do you know those are from my truck? And I had to explain it to him. I was like, you're not fooling a cop because you got plates with the correct tabs on them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. I've got one extra story that I threw in for today because I found this one. It was pretty good.
Okay.
An Indiana man was arrested for driving a Power Wheels Jeep under the influence of drugs. I've seen lawnmowers. I've seen people on a horse get a DUI, but never a Power Wheel. Driver identified as 51-year-old John McKee was pulled over by Indiana State Trooper who noticed that he displayed signs of impairment. McKee was given a field sobriety test and taken to the hospital for a drug test, which indicated that he was under the influence of alcohol, methamphetamine, and marijuana. He was charged with operating a vehicle while intoxicated. Of course, Power Wheels Jeep's a children's toy that is powered by a rechargeable tiny little battery.
That was probably the first sign he was intoxicated.
Yes. Let's listen how it broke down.
Interlocking brick system.
But we bought it at the toy store.
We did, but the way I'm using it makes it an adult thing.
But that's just...
The way I'm using it makes it an adult thing. Remember that when you steal your kids' toys.
That's right. Wow.
That's right. That's our show for today. Tomorrow, Three Amigos Thursday.
That's right. That's
myself, Chuck Ritchie, and Alan Maloney.
That's right.
All right. Any other any other news, Chuck?
I'll probably think of something as soon as we're done here.
All right. Then you can put it in the 12 o'clock community calendar. There
we go.
Keep on listening. It's Northern Lights Public Radio. We are KCHW 102.7. Bye, Chuck.
Have
Bye,
a good one.
buddy.
Thanks for listening.
You're gonna bet my money on a dog? He's a shoe, and I got it from Max the waiter. His brother-in-law is the electrician, the wise, the rabbit. Did you eat a lot of pink chips when you were a kid? Why?
You called out the thunder. Now get ready for the